you wanted it or not, right? Well, good morning and welcome to Unity Bay Area, Houston. Happy Easter, everybody. Yeah. So grateful to be on this glorious Easter morning, and we did have a beautiful meditation at 8 a.m. out in the pavilion, and it was just powerful and profound. And our board actually had a board retreat this weekend, Friday and Saturday, so it has been full of a lot of incredible energy and light and power, and we're so grateful to be a part of this ministry where we rise together in that Christ consciousness. And we want to welcome you here today and invite you to join us in our affirmation of the day. And our affirmation, Jean, is, she's busy talking back there. Jean, could we have our affirmation of the day, please? Thank you. Well, first of all, yeah, we're welcome to Easter. And we want to first say that unity is a positive, practical, progressive approach to Christianity based on the teachings of Jesus and the power of prayer. Yes. And we love that unity honors the universal truths in all religions and respects each individual's right to choose their spiritual path. And I think that's such a powerful piece. So we're grateful for unity and all that it represents. And let us join together in our affirmation of the day, which is... Everybody take a breath and let it go. We trust all things are in divine order always, right? And so at this moment, we are going to affirm. I'll say it first and invite you to join me in this affirmation. I am resurrected through the power of the Christ. Together, I am resurrected through the power of the Christ. And so it is. And now it's time for us to join together in song and welcome this day. So let's rise and come together as a family.
We have come together as family. We have come here as we are. We have come here arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer. We affirm our life is sacred. We declare that peace is here. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Beautiful. Be seated.
Let's see, Rob, are you a platform today? He sure is. You are. On Easter morning. Thank you.
Okay, bear with me. I haven't read this yet, so. Whew. Well, I'm Rob. Welcome, Easter. Yeah, this is a surprise for me too. Let's see. Where am I? Oh, yes. Hi. Welcome. My name's Rob Pelle. I'm glad you guys joined us today. Let's begin our service with our affirmation of truth. There is one presence and one power in the universe and in me, God the good, omnipotence. Prayer is the basis on which unity is founded. Our prayer chaplains pray for your requests for 30 days. Your prayers are also sent to Silent Unity up in Kansas City, where they are prayed for at the same time. Silent Unity is a 24/7 prayer ministry. So if you need prayer, it's available. So that's double prayer power, here and there. We have prayer request forms in the foyer, and there's a prayer box you can put them in. Cathy, Pelle, and Bruce Landry are our prayer chaplains today. Cathy, Bruce, okay. Bruce is going to be offering one-on-one prayer back by the little door. See the little door that's open back there by the painting? That's the prayer room. So Bruce will be back there after service for anybody who would like to have some prayer personally. Cathy's going to be leading us in a group prayer during our service. So for our digital viewers, if you have a prayer request, please just click the button, set the request prayer on your e-bulletin, or leave a private message through Facebook Messenger. So now let's join Reverend Kyra in prayer.
Thank you, Rob. Great recovery, by the way. Isn't that what it's all about? We rise in spirit through every experience, and what a blessing. And so let us take this moment and turn into this sacred place within. As we embrace the power of this time of Easter, this time of renewal, this time of rising, we say, thank you, God. Thank you for bringing to us, to our way shower, to our beloved Jesus, who has demonstrated the lifting in consciousness, the rising into the truth, the crossing out of error consciousness and rising into oneness. And as we open our heart and our mind and our being, we embrace this now moment in all the ways that we open and experience and allow the spirit of truth to move in, through, and as us. We allow this light, this one light of all, to move through and activate in us the remembrance of who we are as a divine and wondrous expression of God's presence here on earth. We live and move and say thank you. Thank you for moving through us, for being the spirit of light, the spirit of truth, for lifting us beyond the appearances, that we may know a higher awareness. We may live on purpose and fulfill something that is ours and ours alone to be and do. We bring forth the power of this divine presence, and we say, yes, I am willing. I am willing to surrender and let go and let God be God in me. Let the divine essence of the Christ consciousness I am rise into its full glory and express in, through, and as each one of us here. We give thanks for this unified field where we experience our oneness with all of creation, with every animal and plant and mineral. There's all those that are in the seas or the waters of the earth, and all those that fly the skies and crawl and walk and slither and move upon this earth. In every way, we experience God's presence through all the realms of creation that join us here this day. We say thank you. And we are grateful to be living into this time where we're calling in a new paradigm of existence, knowing the truth is being set free in us, through us, and as us. And we say thank you. We are grateful, grateful, grateful. We bless this ministry. We bless the children and the teens and all those serving. And we bless all that is happening in every family and every dynamic within this realm and all realms. We bless all of those that have any thought towards a higher consciousness this day. May they be brought into even greater light and awareness. And may together we all rise and bring a world into peace and harmony. And so it is. Amen. And We'll start with peace and harmony right here. We get to laugh at ourselves, right? Thank you.
Well, it's time for announcements, okay? So today, our announcements for April 9th, Easter. After the service, there'll be an egg hunt for all you guys who want to go hunt eggs. I know, I want to. It says if it's raining, but it's not going to be raining. No, So today is also the last day to register for a really, really, really transformational class. Okay. Not that I'm prejudiced or anything, but the Knowing Limitlessness class will start on April 27th, and you can register for today is the last day to register in the bookstore. Cost is $90 and a tithe to the church. So you can register at the bookstore, use the link in the e-bulletin, or use your phone, open your camera, focus on the QR. Is there a Q? Oh, there's a QR code! Woohoo! And you can do that to be able to sign up and register for the class. So if you're stuck, if you're not getting the most out of life that you want, if you're not living the dream, then this class is for you. Our art gallery, and more pieces here to be revealed today. We're going to have an exhibition next Tuesday, April 11th, from 6 to 8. Our thing has been for the last 8 weeks, the path to enlightenment, the path to resurrection, as it were, our own resurrection. So if you want to come on Tuesday night, the bidding will be open, and you can bid on these lovely pieces, especially this one. I'm a little prejudiced. That one's from my wife, Cathy. There'll be fabulous hors d'oeuvres, beverages, so it's going to be a really fun evening. And the attire is casual, so I don't need my suit. Also, we're going to skip drum circle this month. I'm sad. I'm a drummer. I love to drum. But we'll be no gathering on April 15th for our drum circle. We're also gearing up for our first annual Earth Day. This is a family event. We'll have a bouncy house, crafts, games, music, prizes, family food, fun. Love offerings will always be accepted and welcome. And that is going to be, Cathy, what date?
April 22nd.
April 22nd, because that was not here. Earth Day, April 22nd. So now, let's see. That was yes. Please join me for our vision, mission, values, and affirmation. Our vision is a world powerfully transformed through a growing movement of a shared spiritual awakening. Our mission is to inspire minds, awaken hearts, and empower lives through the teachings of Jesus Christ and other expressions of universal truth. In all that we are, in all that we live, we value unconditional love, connection, authenticity, inclusivity, trust, and compassion. We are living relevant spirituality now.
And now I'd like to make all of my corrections. His class does start on April, not May 27th. That was the first one. The second one is that yes, there's Earth Day, but Cathy Pelle is having a meeting for Earth Care, and that's next week. So, yay, Ellen. It has to be. I'm just checking off my details right and left, going missed opportunity, missed opportunity. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world.
So, welcome everyone. Your presence here today is precious to us all. We love the energy that you bring to us. We are excited that some folks may be even joining us for the first time. So, if you are, we have this, if you haven't got one of these little pamphlets, we'd like for you to have one. So if you're a first timer and you'd like to have a pamphlet, hold your hand up. We also have our little heart stickers. So if you're wearing a heart sticker, or if you're a first person, if you'd like to wear a heart sticker so folks can recognize you, that would be great. So all you new folks, on the inside of the little welcome packet here, there's some information, a little survey we'd like for you to take for us. And if you would do that for us, we have a free gift for you back at the back table. So it's something that you can use today. So let's see. If you'd like more information about our Unity community and our teachings, we'd love to connect with you. If you would, please complete that short survey, turn it in at the connection table, get your free gift. We would love to have it be of benefit to you. Our online viewers may connect through Facebook Messenger on our Facebook page. If you're looking for a spiritual place to be renewed and lifted, we would love to connect. Please share your information with us, and we'd be happy to send you information about all the exciting events, or you can go to our website and see those all on the Events tab. Thank you for sharing your unique energy and personality with us today. So let's together welcome everyone with our welcoming blessing. We welcome you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you. Now let's center in for the reading of our daily word and group prayer. And Sarah Thompson is going to read our daily word for us.
Good morning. What a nice crowd today. If you would center in the daily word today, Sunday, April 9th. Our word is Easter. Our affirmation, I am resurrected through the power of the Christ. On this glorious Easter day, I am resurrected and brimming with new life. The stones of defeat and limitation have rolled away. I am free and unlimited. Throughout my Lenten journey, I heeded the call from my soul to recognize the stones in my consciousness and awaken to the infinite potential within me. I can now rejoice in the shimmering light of awareness with an open, joyful heart. My faith is strong and I am ablaze with the radiance of spirit. I welcome eternal, indwelling life into my mind and my heart. Hope never dies. Jesus transcended death and demonstrated life is eternal. With a grateful heart, I rise up and claim new life. I am resurrected through the indwelling Christ. It's a new dawn, a new day, a new beginning. I have risen.
Thank you, Sarah. That was beautiful. This is a special time in our service when we very quietly lift up those who we know and love in prayer and just practice what we preach, which is the power of prayer. So I would love for you at this time to just quiet your mind and spend the next 30 seconds or so just lifting up the names either aloud or silently of those that you have on your hearts this morning and those that you want to lift in prayer. Let us close and know that the power of prayer is so strong. Every name lifted here this morning is heard. Every name is lifted up. Amen.
Oh, my job's done.
I send my love over the mountain. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me.
I invite you, if you've not already done so, to begin to gentle yourself into this time of prayer and meditation, to begin to quiet the mind and all the outer worries about what happens or doesn't happen, what moves through us in our minds in a given moment, the fears and the doubts. We roll those stones away, and we allow the Spirit of light, the Spirit of truth, to move in us now, as we quiet ourselves to be at one with this wondrous experience of Spirit. Right here and right now, all is well in my being. Just repeat those words in your own heart and mind. Right now, all is well in my being. We feel the power of that one divine light moving through us, gentling away the stress and the worries and the concerns, rising through all that has occurred, that we may be free and unencumbered right now in the Spirit of truth. As we begin to gentle ourselves into a quiet place within, Feel the tension just release from behind your eyes. Feel the tension release within your neck and your jaw, your shoulders. As if all that is happening is a freedom, moving those energies of doubt or fear or struggle. They're just gently moving away. Mother Earth is taking those energies and transmuting them into that which nurtures and fulfills a new blossoming, a higher realization, an awakening like in springtime within our soul. We are moved into a place of inner harmony and peace. All is well in my being. And as we open ourselves to this realization that this Easter symbolizes new life within us, an awakening to a new way of being, to a realization that all is well, no matter what the world is doing, no matter what the mind says. I am at one with the truth of my own Christ consciousness, and it rises in me now. As it does, it brings forth a vibration of light and frequency that transforms my inner experience and moves out into my outer expression, that I may live in the higher light of my Christ consciousness. And so we go into this inner sanctuary and take time in the quiet, in the silence, to be still and know the divine in us. And in this silence, we find a new freedom, a new realization of life. Take a moment in the silence. From this sacred place, we remember. We remember the light of all. We give thanks for the divine that is moving through us, quieting the storms of our mind, quieting the storms of life, that we may be fully aligned in spirit, lifted and nurtured and fulfilled in the highest expression. We feel the blossoming and the new life within us, and we give thanks, knowing that in ways we may not understand, the old is being broken through. And there is a new light dawning in our being, a new light dawning on our world. And just as we look to our way shower, Jesus, who lifted into these higher ascension, we ascend the experiences of this world, that we may bring that divine awareness here into an embodied awareness. And we say thank you for being the light within us, within every cell of our body, to bring life and wholeness, with every thought of our mind, that we may remember truth, with every experience and expression that we are. We bring this Christ consciousness into this realm, and we say, thank you, God, and so it is. Amen. And yes. And I invite you to open your eyes and join me in speaking these words of our Lord's Prayer from an Aramaic translation. together. Beloved oneness, breathing life of all, holy is our essence. Create your reign of unity now. Your one desire acts with ours and vibrates light to form. Fulfill this day all need for bread and insight. Forgiveness releases us and we remember wholeness. We are free from inner and outer deception and walk your path with joy. You are the power of these truths and unite my words, thoughts, feelings, and actions through this prayer. In gratitude, my heart knows it is so. Amen and yes. And so it is.
I close my eyes, I open my heart, I take a deep breath, let the healing start. I lift my hands, I plant my feet, I let love in. I feel the beat that's calling, calling, calling us to rise, rise. Spirit, rise up, rise as me. I ready my soul, I clear my mind. I'm here and now, in present time. I feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one. Oh, rise. Rise, Spirit, rise up, rise as me. Rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. I sing to you, you sing to me. Change up this noise, make sweet harmony, and rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Heart to heart, hand in hand, no turning back, onward to promised land. Feel the power of 1,000 suns lighting up the dark. Oh, we rise as one. Love is calling, 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 calling out your name. Love is calling, calling, calling. That is why we came. Love is calling, 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 calling out your name. Love is calling, calling, calling. That is why we came. Oh, rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise, rise, Spirit, rise up, rise in me. Rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise up, rise as me.
Thank you, Ellen Rogers and Art Christo with a beautiful Faith Rivera song. And we are in this time of rising, are we not? This beautiful Easter experience. And as we come here today and begin this journey, it is a continuation for us that we have been on this path to enlightenment that we've been working with over these past many weeks through this Lenten season to come to this place, to this time, to this culmination of Spirit rising in us moving through these different stages of this path to enlightenment. We've been following the steps of our way shower and teacher, Jesus. And as we've been looking at the ways that he connected and created that profound relationship with God, we are invited to come into our own divine relationship, to understand that coming to this awareness, Jesus was not doing this as a demonstration for his time. It was a demonstration for our time, for each one of us to come into the true glory and spirit of that divine that is within us, to open to the awareness that we too are the Christ consciousness. This is a challenge in our world, right? We have a hard time accepting this. Oh, it was good for Jesus, but who am I? And who are you? You are a divine being made in the image and likeness of your Creator, called to know this truth and to set free the glory of God as you, through you. And when we begin to understand this, we come through in a different way. We begin to live from a different wholeness, a different light. Today, we are really in this process of looking at this path to enlightenment and beginning to honor that all the work that we have done in our lives, all the ways we've meditated, the ways we've studied the chakra system, the energy system of the body, and open to the awareness of these different energies that are moving and working through us, that these are all signals of the universal consciousness, the Christ consciousness, that is working with us to awaken us. Everything is a co-conspirator for you to come into your true Christ calling. Now, what if everything is working on your behalf out in the world? Wow. What if you could really believe that on a day-to-day basis and begin to rise? See, our way shower Jesus went through a tremendous amount. We know this Holy Easter week was such a powerful time of representing a time of transformation in the consciousness of that time. He was breaking through ideas and beliefs that had everyone in bondage and limitation. What if we are also meant to break through the places in ourselves to come into a new paradigm? To come to a place where we're rising beyond what we've known ourselves to be and the way we operate in this world, to begin to overthrow the ruling consciousness of the time. This is what Jesus was doing. Everybody thought he was there to actually overthrow the government and be the new latest government leader, and the zealots thought that that's what he was going to do, and he was going to take over in that way. But see, what we understand is Jesus was demonstrating for us that there is nothing in the world consciousness that could hold the truth down, that could keep him from fulfilling the highest destiny, and for each of us to fulfill the truth of who we're here to be. We cannot be held down either. We are being called to rise into this higher truth and awareness and begin to live in it. And he had to break through every kind of prevailing truth, everything that they believed was truth at that time. He said, I've overcome the world. But he overcame it in a way that helped everyone understand we all have that ability. And as we begin to look at this, and that it's like, wait a minute, we're in physical form. And we're meant to be in physical form to do this, but to bring a new awareness and understanding and not buy in to the limits of sickness, illness, to not buy into the limits of that say that we're not financially free or we don't have access to the abundance and the flow of the universe, the creative energies that are here for every one of us. See, we are meant to break through those belief systems. He was operating in the midst of a group of religious leaders, the Sadducees and the Pharisees. You've heard of those? Have you heard them talking in your own mind? These are the established religious beliefs, or the established beliefs that would hold the letter of the law rather than the spirit of the law, that would set free something in you. When we begin to rise through and say, they don't decide for me, the thoughts that I was taught to think, the way the world would operate, what is it that instead is my true spirit of light? What is the Christ consciousness in me, inviting me to understand and rise above where I have believed there was a part of me that was dead? Have you crucified a part of yourself? We all do that all the time, right? Oh, you know, we had all the little things happening here today. I'm going to let Ellen off the hook, though she's not in here to hear this. But that she actually asked me to check her slides, and I didn't get it done. And and then it's interesting, isn't it? In the process, there's so many ways we crucify ourselves on a daily basis. Oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I didn't do that right. I have a pattern in my own journey. You know, have any of you done work on your core beliefs? You know, you work on what are my core beliefs and where are they holding me back and what is it I say to myself? One of mine is I have to do it right. I got to do it right. You know, and what is that, right? And where'd that come from, right? And what is it to rise beyond that, regardless if the mind is saying those things, that I show up exactly as we are in the moment. Does anybody ever do it right all the time? There's no such thing. That perfectionism. And anybody else have perfectionism in their pattern? All right. Or maybe you've already let that go. That's really good. But in the process of it, there are so many ways we create limiting beliefs. We hold ourselves to some higher standard than we hold somebody else. Or we hold others to a higher standard than we hold ourselves. You know, we either judge internally or externally, or maybe both. But in the process of it, a part of what we're learning to do is how do I find the true spirit of life, the spirit of love, the spirit of truth within me? How do I enlighten my awareness in such a way that I'm not buying into the limitations, to the beliefs? I'm not stuck in the old ideas, in the old belief systems, in the old way that we believed the world operated. Can you imagine for a moment that in these times that Jesus was demonstrating that when he suddenly rose from the dead? When you think about this a minute, this broke through a belief system, didn't it? Nobody thought that was possible. Now, he'd already had Lazarus, brought Lazarus back to life in one of the miracles that he performed. We think of this as metaphor, and we certainly look at it as a metaphysical understanding. And for us, we want to look at the metaphysics and the understanding of what it means beyond. Because what we teach in unity, what our founders, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, brought us to understand was that the Bible is a story of the soul's journey. The soul and how it moves from the letter of the law, from judgment, from all the fear-based ideas of the Old Testament into a place of love, into a place of grace, into a place of our understanding, our ability to operate according to our higher soul evolution. And that soul evolution is bringing us to a Christ consciousness, to an awareness that we are more than we have ever believed ourselves to be, that we don't have to buy into that seeing is believing. We can believe and see. What I believe will be shown to me. And oftentimes it breaks the barriers that we've believed were in the world. It has overcome those things that we have thought were the only way it is. And everybody believed at that time no one could rise from the dead. He could not move beyond where he lived in his body and then brought it in and out. But he proved over and over and over again as he showed up for them that this is real. I am here. There is a living presence. How many of you have had communication with your loved ones on the other side? I really want to see a low hand. Have you experienced? Look around. Do you see how many hands are raised? There are a lot. We have an awareness of something beyond this realm, of the awareness of something more that is here, that is with us in this moment, that we are not operating just in this realm of existence. And yet, what we've done is we continue to hold ourselves back. One of the things the board talked about yesterday that was so powerful was about the momentum of this ministry and what is happening in the momentum. But then we got into the idea of daring greatly. What is it to dare greatly, to go beyond what we've thought we've known, what the limits we've believed, what we thought was possible? And that begins with how we accept and honor and move through this Christ consciousness that is raising through each one of us. See, Jesus had many demonstrations during this week, and I want to talk about that because we follow him, and I want to talk about some of the metaphysical understanding of what the symbology of this week is. Because we know Jesus did a variety of things, right? He had this experience where, of course, we know last week we talked about him coming in triumphant into Jerusalem. And yet he knew more things were about to happen, and yet he allowed himself to be praised. He allowed those parts of him that knew that he was about to demonstrate something that went beyond. And so those hosannas represent the celebration when we've overcome an old stagnant way of being, when we're no longer living according to that which would keep us in bondage, when we begin to say, oh, what is possible? And so he allowed that, and then went into, he went into that Last Supper. And we all know the story of the Last Supper, right? One of the things he did was wash his disciples' feet to help them know we're all in this. Every single one of us is equal. He wanted them to know this isn't about me. You wanted to put me on a pedestal. This isn't about me. Each one of us have the ability to wash away the old understanding and stand on new ground. Stand in a new paradigm of awareness and our ability to wash each other's feet, because that's what he invited them to. We did this at our board retreat, and it was a very beautiful experience. We did a foot washing. And as we go, how is it that I let go of anything and open to the awareness that instead, in this moment, I'm beginning to open to a new understanding. I wash the dust from my feet of the old beliefs so that I can stand in a new awareness of the divine within me. So as he did this, and then he went into that Last Supper, and we know that he broke bread and he offered wine and he talked about this is my body and this is my life. And we recognize in unity this represents the body, the substance that is available to us. We are brought into the world and given all the substance of this world available and the world beyond to create, to move forward. And that body that we're taking in, that is the life that is within us. The blood is the wine. It is the life that represents our own life energy. We have access to all of it. In our consciousness, we must know that our substance is the substance of the divine, that our life is the life of the divine. Do you breathe yourself, or does life breathe you? Does the consciousness, the rising consciousness, breathe through you? See, as we begin to open to this, and he wanted them to know, don't be dependent upon me here, but know that this comforter that follows me, and know that this substance is available to you. All these ways, you have access to the same thing that I am and that I have. So as we open to that in this process, we begin to understand he was helping to prepare them that they didn't need him, they needed to rely on that which was within them. The Christ consciousness, the divine life, the substance of the universe. Everybody, do we all have access to the same substance in our world? Absolutely. And so when we begin to know that we say thank you for him for being the way shower and teaching and demonstrating to us what we don't believe we can do, so that we begin to see that there's a role model for what's available to us. In this process, he also, when he went into the Garden of Gethsemane, you know, Jesus had to surrender his will. Boy, anybody else been willful in this life? Yeah. Sometimes we get lost in that need to try to make it happen, try to do things, and we think we know what's best. And so in this journey, what's happened, Jesus demonstrated that it was kind of the last piece of his demonstration, that he had to give over his will completely to the divine in him, to show me, to take me there, to take me through whatever experience is in front of me. Some of us have had heart-wrenching experiences that we've not known how to get through on our own, right? And those are the times when we say, yes, take me over and take me through this, because I don't know how. But the divine in me will uplift me, will take me through those challenges and allow me to rise above and come back again into a higher experience, to know something greater is happening even as it doesn't feel like that in the midst of it. So we get that opportunity also to say, I'm willing to rise into something new and begin to awaken to this new beginning, this new spring, this new life that is within us. See, we are in a new time. Did anybody know there was a big solar eclipse yesterday? Did a lot of you know about that? Did you feel how crazy the energies are when we start to experience, or some of you, the full moon this week, I heard a bunch of people saying they weren't sleeping well when the full moon was happening. Now, we think, well, really, does that affect us? Everything affects us. This is a hard thing because we've been taught to look at everything scientifically, to dissect it, to look at the physical demonstration here, and yet there are energies that are moving and that are working with us. I found it was interesting that the eclipse comes at the time of Easter, at the time of being in the tomb, right? In the 3 days within the tomb, symbolic of the time it takes to regenerate ourselves into a higher awareness. And that we are eclipsing out the old understanding, that we may rise with that true light, that new light that comes forth as the sun is exposed once again, and we begin to feel the new life and the new paradigm within us. See, it is lined up because we are meant to understand we are not in the same world we used to be in. Have you noticed some of the things that you used to do aren't working for you anymore? But also, some of the things that you desire are happening quickly. Your ability to bring forth a higher awareness in a quick moment, to manifest and to bring forth a new light is happening at a quicker basis. So notice what your thoughts are doing in a moment, and then see what the outcome is. Don't trust just me. Look to yourself and say, what is happening inside of me, and how's that affecting my world? You know, that we used to be in a time where you could have a really negative energy and it not have any effects. Now, if we're scattered, if we're tense, there start to be effects around us. Might affect your watch, might affect other people. And when we are in the light of the Christ, when we are rising in our true essence, we will begin to bring that light and bring that positive energy in ways that others start to feel it. How many of you know someone who carries like a deep peace in them? And it's like in your presence you go, ah. You feel their presence begin to calm things around them. Or you feel those that share this positive thought, and all of a sudden you're uplifted as well. See, we are the ones that are creating this difference as we rise into true knowing of who we are and our ability to be a light unto the world. To know that it's not just what we do and what we say, but it's also who am I being? Who do I know myself as? Do I know myself as a light in this world? Do I know that my presence affects those around me? That I have the ability to make a difference in other lives by prayer, by the consciousness of knowing that they are holding health in their body when they're doubting it for themselves. Has anybody had prayer results in your life? Right? We've seen the power of prayer in our own lives and the lives of our loved ones. We've seen it make a difference. And that is something because we're connected and interconnected at this higher level. And in the new paradigm of time that we come through on this Easter, as we come through in this time and we continue to rise into, we're going to find more and more and more effects at a quicker rate than we have in the past because the energies are different. The veil of illusion is more ephemeral than it used to be. Our density is less. We're rising in vibration and frequency on this planet. To understand this is us calling forth that demonstration of the Christ consciousness, of rising into the idea that when I understand I have an energy imprint, and my energy imprint, they've actually done studies of this scientifically. You can actually, somebody who has a very strong essence, and they can actually do this. I've had somebody do this at a workshop with us, in fact, and that would stand in front of a white wall, and they would raise their frequency. They would step away, and you could still see the light that was there where they were standing a moment ago. See, we all have this in them. I've watched that happen. They've shown it on different things where you can scientifically see that we leave an energetic imprint wherever we are. So to begin to understand the paradigm that we're beginning to understand in our world, and more will be revealed, is one of a true spiritual essence. It's one that acknowledges the true spirit of the light that we are, the Christ consciousness that we are. And as we begin to become aware of it ourselves and begin to live more and more and more from that, we lighten up ourselves and we lighten up the world. We overcome things that didn't seem possible. I've recently had friends who had tremendous overcoming. Suddenly a light switch went on. And things that they were plagued with their entire life disappeared, whether it was a body issue, whether it was ways of operating in the world that didn't serve them and their loved ones, and suddenly they weren't plagued by it any longer. Now, what if our power to move heaven and earth is within us, and we are here in a new paradigm to demonstrate that? I want you to invite yourself to think about, now maybe you want chocolate bunnies, or like I got an Easter basket on my doorstep yesterday from the neighborhood little girl, Lolly, and her dog, Lula, and Lulu and Lolly, and with Easter cookies in it. And it was the sweetest thing ever. And you just see it, and what happened? You all just went, "Aw," right? See, when we think about what we truly desire and what would bring us joy, and sometimes it's the little things. So yes, we demonstrate in the big ways out here of overcoming our old consciousness, but sometimes it's the little things we do of how we're making a difference in one life. And sometimes it's not something big that we have to do. She baked cookies with her mom, left them on the doorstep, right? So I want you to think about, where is the imprint that I'm leaving? What mark am I giving into the world? Am I bringing the Christ awareness in such a way that in everything I do and everywhere I am, I'm leaving that positive imprint? See, Jesus demonstrated, and he broke through. One of my favorite Charles Fillmore quotes, I have many, and I'm not going to give you all of them here that I have today, but there's one that is my favorite. I actually put it into my personal credo. And this is, Charles Fillmore is our co-founder in Unity, and had a brilliant ability to access and open to what Spirit had to say and how to understand at a higher level these messages of truth. And he says this is from Atom Smashing Power of Mind. He says, oh no, I'm sorry, this is from Keep a True Lent. He says, at the center of the mind of every man or woman is the white light of spirit. Fan to a flame this white light at the center of your being by proclaiming your identity with Christ. The salvation of the world rests with those who join him and thereby bring peace and goodwill to all beings. When the light of Christ comes to any person, it does not confine its rays to his consciousness or her consciousness alone, but those who sit in darkness and negation see and feel its power. If you're not happy with anything in the world, raise your light up, lift it up higher, hold that in a higher light. Trust that the divine is moving through you. Fan to a flame the Christ light within you, and you will change that which we see as darkness and negation in the world. Jesus demonstrated rising through this consciousness so that we could follow with greater ease and grace. The way was made clear for us. And as we each do this, we make the way clearer for our own families, for our own loved ones, for those that come in the next generation, that we may allow each and every one to rise with unencumbered, through no stones to have to overcome. I don't want everybody to have to go through what I went through to get where I am. How about you, right? Let's instead know that our willingness to claim it and be it changes the field for someone else to do it with ease and grace. That is the flowering of our higher consciousness. We've been working on our chakra system, and we came through our crown chakra, but today we're going to talk about for just a moment, when we reveal our art, of these higher levels of consciousness. There is that which is considered the Christ consciousness and represented, we'll see that in a moment by one of our different artists, how they've represented. There's the 8th and the 9th, which are gateways into a higher awareness. They're bringing forth a Christ consciousness upon this world. And then they're opening to the way that we connect with something greater, and we begin to bring it into embodied form and live it. We're all meant to rise through our circumstances and show a new world, a new paradigm, to have breakthrough experiences. And when we break open the shell of the egg, there's no putting it back in the egg, is there? Right? At that point, then instead, we are lifted above and we open to the realization that a new world has presented itself to us. Let yourself be broken open, to allow the true Christ, to allow the love of the universe, to allow the love of all humankind to come through you and leave that lasting imprint of light, of love, of good upon the world. That's who we're meant to be in the new paradigm. And I'm grateful to be in it with each one of you. God bless you, friends, and happy Easter. Thank you, Jesus. Now, as we continue, we know we've been in this awesome experience with our artists within our community. And we've had so many amazing artists. As you can see, their art is here upon the walls and back over here. And we're about to reveal more art. And so today we have 2 artists that are going to join us. First of all, Dan, will you come up and join us for a moment? And Dan Bridge is one of our artists today, and I'm sorry I didn't have ways to really display this all well, but his art's going to be over here, so hopefully you can see it. Dan has created 3 pieces for us to represent the Christ consciousness, and I want to first of all tell you about Dan. Come on up, Dan, and come on up here, and let's, because I know you want to say something in a minute, but let me say, Dr. Dan Bridge has been selling paintings for over 10 years. He began painting after spending a career investigating contamination sites and testifying as a court reporter. as a court expert, He has taught courses on silent prayer and self-improvement to inmates at a prison near Houston, Texas. He's published 4 books on spiritual matters, the most popular of which is The Healing House. And if you want something that really will take you into what is it to go into the silence and open yourself, this is a beautiful book. All of his books are available on Amazon.com. He currently serves as a prayer chaplain at Unity Bay Area, Houston, in Link City, Texas, and his artwork can be viewed on the Fine Art America website under Dan Bridge Art. He has made a series of art pieces for us, and you want to say something about them first, Dan, or do you want to reveal them first? We'll reveal them first. Okay, so this is the first 2. And you can see they're progressive over here. We'll just put these over here, out of the way. So I think it's so perfect that with this solar eclipse and our full moon, you see the moon growing larger in these 3 pieces of art, representing the power of our Christ consciousness, growing and expanding. Do you want to share something with us, Dan? Thanks.
You hear me all right?
Yeah.
I want to thank the Academy for this lifetime achievement. My wife always calls me Walter Mitty. Wrong one. Okay. First of all, I want to thank Kyra for the fantastic teachings on the chakras. Every Sunday is fantastic. And I know my fellow artists, myself, we really want to thank her for this opportunity. Quite a few of us, this is the first time we've had an opportunity to do something like this. I've never painted on media this big. I've always painted on 9 by 12. Came out of that first meeting, I said, oh my God, what has she done? Okay. The titles for my paintings are inspiration. It was Moon Vision 1, Moon Vision 2, and Moon Vision 3. 3 is the biggest moon. Sometimes we have to do a painting to discover the vision for doing the painting. When I worked at NASA in 1979, a NASA engineer involved with landing the first human on the moon told me so many things could have gone wrong. I asked him, quote, why is it that so many things did not go wrong? He said, quote, because a higher power guided the mission. Now, I was pretty much fresh out of grad school then. I mean, that's 1979. And I was pretty much into the intellect. And he wasn't the first one that said this to me, and I kind of scratched my head. I said, what are these guys talking about? A higher power governing these Apollo missions. I was shocked. What we need more NASA rockets and less nuclear rockets. NASA has been phenomenal, what they've done in the world. And we were here when they put the first one on the moon. As the new Artemis moon missions progress, it appears the moon, just like the chakras, will continue serving as a stepping stone towards Christ consciousness.
Oh, nice. Thank you, Dan. I love it. We're using the sun and the moon today. Isn't it all intertwined? And today we also have a second artist to reveal her art. Now, she has had a previous piece. We know Cathy Pelle brought in the second chakra with the orange pour over there. But Cathy, come on up and talk to us a little bit about the ninth chakra. And I'm going to tell you about Cathy first. And Let me just say, Cathy was encouraged to draw from a very early age. Her mother loved to sketch and paint, and together they would draw fashion designs as well as paint watercolor landscapes. They also sewed and made fabric art together with Cathy's grandmother. In junior high, she began taking formal art classes in pencil and charcoal sketching for animals. Still, life drawing was a common assignment, but not one of her favorites, because she always preferred capturing living organisms of all kinds. Later, she pursued classes in oil painting, where she began learning about color and brush techniques. In college, Cathy majored in biology and used her drawing skills to illustrate her lab notebooks in botany and microbiology, a requirement for these courses at the time. The skill proved useful after graduation when illustrating her own scientific publications as an environment research biologist. It was 1980 and there were no computers available yet to do this work. She found that capturing the minute details of living beings gave her a new respect for the diversity of life and the intriguing adaptations displayed in nature. It was also an important way for her to relax, go inward, and then artistically express the spirit of living beings as she saw and felt them. As life became busy with children and career, she pivoted to photography but found it difficult to dedicate the time necessary to truly develop her craft. In retirement, Cathy has come full circle, sketching and painting life around her. With time and maturity, she has developed a great deal more patience and freedom in the way she captures the spirits of her subjects.
Okay, so this is the last one, the ninth chakra. And at the time I started painting this, I was totally unaware of this eclipse.
Yeah, I find it interesting.
It's really bizarre. There is an eclipse in this painting. I had a memory as a child of making a shoebox pinhole viewer for viewing a solar eclipse. And when I read that the ninth chakra was gold and represented the stellar gateway, the word stellar gateway just hit me, because I knew that in many cultures, that's what a solar eclipse is. So it had to be in there. But I want to share with you a couple of things, because I think that the ninth chakra is actually located arm's length above your head. So to give you just sort of a physical idea of where it's supposed to be located. I knew nothing about chakras when I started this, and it was intriguing to me to find out that the chakra system evolved on every continent on this planet separately. That really speaks to universal wisdom in my mind. So people with an open stellar gateway are loving, considerate, consciously present, and unconventional thinkers.
Any of those in here?
Yeah. They're open to connecting with cosmic energies and unconsciously tapping into their multidimensionality. This chakra is activated, of course, by clearing blockages in your other chakras first. So, the solar eclipse really, in cultures across the globe, represents a powerful time of healing, and the alignment of the sun, moon, and earth represent the dissolving of differences and the creating of oneness. The dark phase of the solar eclipse is a time of reflection, release, and healing, and the reemergence of the sun signifies transformation, joy, and new beginnings. Many Christians believe that the end of a solar eclipse represents the rolling of the stone away from Christ's tomb.
Perfect. Is that perfect gateway? And we'll reveal Cathy's art now as well. This is her piece. That beautiful solar eclipse. Thank you. So let me share. Can you all see it over there? Okay. So We are so grateful for each of these artists, and I want to say their depiction of bringing this consciousness into artistic expression is part of the new paradigm of us living in a power of creativity, of allowing the universe to inform and move through our world in ways that, because we capture something in each one of these art pieces that moves us in ways we may not even truly understand. And it's so profound and beautiful. Starting today, we are opening our silent art auction. They have each donated their services to bring these art pieces so that they can be purchased and that they will then be, this is a fundraiser for the ministry. This art auction will be happening today through next Sunday at 12:30. You can bid today, the sheets are out. Now, how we did this, because I don't begin to know the value of the art. We asked and had great guidance from Katie Ralston about how to do this, was that each artist identified the retail value of their art. Many of them have had art in galleries, have sold art through galleries, so they have a good understanding. They have given their value, and they've suggested an opening bid. Usually it's between 1/3 and 1/2 of the retail value, and they've suggested the bid increments. So that is on the sheet. So if you'll look, it might tell you the value of one of them is $2,500, and the bid is $835 opening, and you can change it by $50 increments. Now, we also understand not everybody's going to buy a piece of art. Okay, everybody breathe. We love that those that will and those that don't. What we will be doing, the artists have given us the rights to make greeting cards at a later time. Those are not ready now, but we will be making greeting cards of this art, and so that you'll be able to buy individual or the collection of the art that has been presented throughout this series. And I want to just take a moment to say, let's let our artists all rise for a moment. Will you all rise and let's acknowledge them? So we say thank you. This has truly been a journey of love, and they've each had their own path in bringing their art through. And we are grateful to each one for being a demonstration for us. And so at this time, we say thank you for that. We'll start the bidding after the service is over. And this is a time where we take up our offering and where we say thank you. Thank you to Spirit for the gifts that are brought to us in so many ways that allow this ministry to thrive and bring our message into the world, and to support and nurture this beautiful grounds and the spirit that is so alive in here. And we know that the world needs this kind of energy and Christ consciousness, and we're grateful for each one of you that participate. We do have several ways you can give. You can certainly send in your check, you can give here today, you can give through the bookstore on credit, you can go online and give, and we even have a QR code that's going to come up here in just a minute that you can, again, take a photo of that. This is new, we've just added this. Yay! And so that you can go in and capture that on your phone, and it'll take you to the donation site on our website. So whatever way we give, you know, that we know you give by your presence, by your light, and we're grateful for all of it. So let's share our offering blessing here today, and then together we'll bless these offerings and open it to the music of Ellen and Art. Together, divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Thank you, God. And so it is.
What kind of love would stand in the flames and choose to remain there beside me? What kind of love would go to the grave, give up everything just to find me? Of all the treasures in the world would offer me, you are the only thing I need. No greater love, no greater love, no greater love than yours. No greater love, more than enough. no greater love than yours. From the edge to the end of the earth and the whole universe, spent a lifetime trying to search and found that there's no greater love, no greater love, no greater love than yours. You are the God who travels the stars to recognize from the dark. Only your grace would see and love us regardless. There is no treasure in this world could offer me no greater love, no greater love, no greater love than yours. No greater love, more than enough, no greater love than yours. From the edge to the end of the earth and all universe, spent a lifetime trying to find and search that there's no greater love, no greater love, no greater love than yours. Your love is never changing. You'll always, always be my home. And though this world might fail me, your love will never let me go. Your love is never changing. Your love will always be my home. And though this world may fail me, your love will never let me go. No greater love, no greater love, no greater love than yours. No greater love, more than enough, no greater love than yours. From the edge to the end of the earth, the whole universe, spent a lifetime trying to search and find that there's no greater love, no greater love, no greater love than yours. No greater love, more than enough, no greater love than yours.
Thank you, Ellen Rogers and Art Fristow. And I think I have here, if you haven't received one on your way out, pick up one of these flyers that tell you a lot about what's happening in this ministry, all the things that are coming up. We've got a lot of different activities here all the time, and you can also find them online, but they're available in the back. And thank you, Ellen, for creating such a great piece for all of us. We appreciate all the work you put into all of these things. And I already told them when you were out of the room that I was supposed to check the slides, and I didn't. So trying to let you off the hook. So together, let's bless our offerings and share our blessings at this time. We celebrate divine abundance. We gratefully live, breathe, and experience abundance and generosity. Thank you, God, for the flow of resources through our ministry to bless the world. We rejoice as all our prayers are answered. We are grateful, blessed, and prosperous. And so at this time, we're going to rise and share in our closing song. And as we do, just to remind you that this Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. is our open art gallery night. We're inviting the public in to come and view
Tell your
art.
friends.
Yeah, bring your friends. We've got great food. We've got champagne. We've got sparkling water. We've got all the goodies that you're going to want and a beautiful evening. So come and join us 6 to 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Let's go.
I feel a change, it's true. I feel a change that's coming from me and you. And though the path may be hard, it's a journey we must start in our heart with love. In the faith that we can rise above, and in our soul, such peace. We can be the change we want to see. We are the ones we've been waiting for. We are the ones we true. I feel a change coming from me and you. And though the path may be hard, it's a journey we must start in our hearts with love, in the faith that we can rise above, and in our soul such peace. We can be the change we want to see. We are the ones we've been waiting for. 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 I feel a change, it's true. I feel a change is coming from me and you. We are that change.
Let us close with our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am the light of God. The love of God enfolds us. I am the love of God. The power of God protects us. I am the power of God. The presence of God watches over us. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. God bless you. Happy Easter. Come enjoy some food and fellowship. God bless you all. Have a great week. Yay, God. I'm going to run to the door.
Good baby.